D.C. council members have their final vote tomorrow on a sweeping omnibus bill aimed at making the district safer.
What we have to balance is with the constitutional right of liberty.
Chairman Phil Mendelson knows there's concern when it comes to pretrial detention. Part of Councilmember Brooke Pinto's Peace D.C. legislation makes it so a judge presumes a defendant should be held pretrial from the get-go for violent crimes, even before hearing arguments from both parties. It's an emergency law on the books now that she wants to make permanent. Opponents, like the ACLU of D.C., argue it's automatically moving to lock people up when they should be presumed innocent.
We're not saying that nobody should ever be held pretrial. However, the presumption should not be that they are held, and the onus should not be then on all defendants to prove that they shouldn't.
Councilmember Pinto has argued the judge always gets the final say here. They don't have to make this choice. She says this helps balance victims' rights.
I think that this change is actually pretty narrow, but empowers judges to weigh all of those equities and to make a decision that they think is fair.
But opponents argue that just hasn't been the case.
The presumption is still there. So it would be unlikely for a judge without any information to rule that a person should be released. A presumption means they are much more likely to be incarcerated pending trial.
Advocates argue this stops any would-be perpetrators from reoffending, but opponents say it is statistically low that any perpetrators would reoffend in violent crimes, and they also argue that we shouldn't be assuming that they're perpetrators in the first place. Reporting from the Wilson Building, Rebecca Turco, 7 News.